All right.
Now, and we're live.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. And unprepared, but everything is going to be fine. It's going
Oh
to be
yeah.
great.
You doing all right?
I am doing pretty good, I guess. Had a little bit of drama going on today, but it's just the usual.
Oh yeah. Only a little bit of drama. That's a good day.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Well, thanks for
I'm
having me.
yeah, I love having you. Too bad Greeno is not here, but he wants us to do a two-part series where like we ask the questions and he'll answer them or something. Hey Mar, love you. Um so but I'm not like I feel like he's bossing me around, so I'm not gonna how he wants me to do it. I'm just
Oh, he's
kidding.
being bossy.
No, he's just like is very like driven towards his own vision kind of, which is
Uh,
fine. Good.
the artistic type. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean,
uh, okay. Well, no, it's partly my fault because we were supposed to go tomorrow, and then my plans changed. So it's kind of like last minute. It's a little bit of my fault. I feel like.
I'll go ahead and take some of the blame too, because I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, because mostly, I was invited up here to tell Greeno to shut the fuck up, as I recall it. You know what I mean? Like that was gonna be my shtick tonight.
Yeah,
But
that,
yeah,
that's
but
always a good
okay,
time.
yeah, yeah. Well, but like, so how does he think this is? How does he demand this go down? We ask questions and then he has time to prepare. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he demands it. Like, I think he was just trying to like work with everything because he's like working to get his internet connected, and then it was kind of last minute. So
It's
I'm
always the case. It's always the case. Like, what does that mean? Working to get your internet? What do you say? What does that even
connected.
mean?
I don't.
What does that mean? Like, will you plug something in? Connected. Was he on the phone with AT&T? Like, what do you mean? Like, is he just walking around the woods talking about? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Like, what is that? What does that mean? I don't understand. Like, for example, like, how long did it take you to connect your internet before
Well,
we even start?
I, I had to
I mean, like,
restart my computer, and it took me about like 3 minutes. But
right? That's what I'm saying. It's not a, it's not a manual process. You don't shift gears and shit. Like, what do you mean? I don't
uh,
understand. I
maybe he
really
just moved to a new place or something. I
like
don't.
like like he wants to paint the picture like he's behind the matrix, like behind the curtains, fucking twinkering with shit until the internet just like starts working. Like, I don't. What do you mean? I
I
don't.
think maybe it needs to be like connected. Like the people need to come out and connect it or something. I don't know. Maybe he needs a new cord.
He needs wherever the fuck to come out. He's waiting on a van right now. Come on. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't.
they make you wait there all day. You have to be there between these hours and
Yeah,
these hours, or they're not going to do it.
they're connecting his internet today, like right
I,
now.
I don't
Like,
know.
did he
I
change?
don't
Did he
know.
change service providers or something? Like, I just, I really don't. It don't make sense to me. I'm sorry, but let's move on. Let's move on. I'm sorry.
No,
Anyway,
it's fine. I just he
does
can
it make
answer.
sense to you?
He
I'm
yeah,
trying to.
he
I've
could answer that question first. So that's
Yeah,
question
put
number
that
one.
down number one. Like, what the fuck is up with your internet issues, bruh? Like,
Oh
how does
shit.
connect? I didn't connect shit before I came up here. I rolled out of bed and it was connected for like, what do you mean? What do you mean, bro? I don't understand.
Yeah.
and
So
and when it is connected, how come it seems like it kind of ain't though? Because like my dude, my, my dude isn't known for the strongest connection. I don't understand what.
maybe that's
Anyway,
why he needs a new provider. Like fucking
I
he's like,
guess
this
I'd have
shit is
been
not
switched.
working. Like
I'd have been on the phone with the manager. This shit's not working. Exactly like you said, it is not working, bro. No.
yeah.
Um. Yeah. What? Okay, that was my question. I guess I went first. Sorry. Did you have a question? I'll let you go for question number two. I don't even know what we're doing. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't prepare any
No.
questions because
Yeah.
I'm a procrastinator. So then moving it up a day is like fucking not good.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
I was thinking like maybe a good question would be I know that I have a friend that wants to ask a question, but I'll let them ask it because
Mm,
yeah, they said they would. So Zero, are you listening? Get up here and ask it.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
but I was just gonna kind of like ask like how he feels about everything from like the beginning of the case till the end, like everything that like changed and like lessons learned and how he ended up being kind of like on the opposite side of what I thought he would be on.
Mhm.
Um like
Do, do you want me to?
yeah.
I can answer that question
Yeah,
actually
sure. Yeah, yeah.
on Green's behalf. Yeah, he would say something like, I bet he'll say something like, "Oh, what I've realized is that everyone has realized that I was right the whole time." That's what he's gonna say. He's gonna say something like that. He's like, "It's not about what I've realized. It's about what everyone's realized, which is that I'm right. I was right the whole time. Do you believe me now?" That's exactly what it would say. But to be fair, he didn't even he didn't even he didn't rub it in my face when the verdict came out. You know, like we hadn't really talked. Like he didn't text message me or nothing, which I felt like was very big. Like ha ha ha, I told you so type shit. I didn't get that text.
I think maybe you didn't get that text because people maybe felt like um I think even pro prosecution people were a little bit like, "Oh, it's guilty," you know? And then after that, they immediately were like, "Yeah, we told you this was going to happen," you know? And then
Mm,
started to like proceed to like make fun of pro defense people, or I don't know, not all of them. I'm generalizing here and I'm being kind of rude because I think a lot of people were a little bit nicer about it, but like to say that there was a like solid case. I mean, I guess there was because the confessions, like right when there was confessions, I knew that he was probably going to be found guilty, but I just didn't want to say it, you know.
oh really? Well, yeah, that's possible. It's possible that that's the reason why he didn't send that text. I'm leaning towards it was his internet service provider. You know, that's what I'm going. I'm going with that. I'm going with that.
Oh yeah, I mean that's probably it. That's got to be it, right?
But you said, oh, okay, that was interesting though. You said something to the effect of, I wasn't expecting you to say that before the verdict came out, you sort of expected it to be guilty, but you didn't want to say it. Why is that? Why is that now? What are you saying?
Well, I just like I mean the writing was like on the walls that it was going to happen because like the FBI guy wasn't allowed to testify and the sketches weren't allowed in, and so if you're controlling like what information is heard in court, then like you and the defense just like I don't even know what happened. They just like stopped. Like I was like they're done. Like it seemed I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let me. I think that of maybe we should back up a minute, okay? If it were up to me, because I feel like the relationship I have with Greeno, and you've seen us communicate
Mhm.
directly and whatnot. What is your relationship with Greeno, and why did he want to come on the show and whatnot? What's y'all's history?
I just like he is who I would say I originally like. I actually heard about the case from Kendall Ray. Hi, Sleuth. Um, and so I heard about it from Kendall Ray when she did the interview with Kelsey, and then I would say I just like gravitated towards Greeno's content from that point, just because like he would allow people to call in and he was like always respectful and stuff. And then that was like a stark contrast to Gray Hughes, who was like just putting down his audience and the like little old ladies he was like just clowning on. And I'm like, this feels like abusive. And like, I don't know. At first I thought it was kind of funny because like I mean, it's kind of funny that when he grades like a jerk and stuff, but then there would be like a nice, like ladies who are donating money to his channel, and he would just be like, not even like let them talk or just like make them feel stupid. And I couldn't handle it. So, and then like Gray and Greeno were like in their little feud and whatnot. And that was kind of a drama, but funny at the same time. I don't know.
Right.
Okay.
Which would bring me to question 3 for Greeno. How many lives have you threatened in the Delphi community? Who's got the bigger body count of lives threatened? You know what I mean? Like between right? And
this is going well.
Huh? I'm sorry.
Greeno's gonna love this, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, these are serious questions that deserve
I know
that warrant answers. You know,
they do. Mm-hmm.
But you're right. He's on that pacifist kick role for a while, and I really like that. So and he was like, people would cut up in his chat and he'd be like, "No, guys, just be nice." That was back in the Gray Hughes days when he only had one enemy. Boy, were those the days, huh?
Right. And Gray Hughes acted like he found him from like a brick in the ground or whatever, but really like his old lady's mom had put like a tracker on the car, and that's how Gray Hughes knew where he was. But like I was like, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, Gray Hughes is so good at Google Maps." He's not. Yeah.
I've been following the case for like 6 years or so, and honestly, all together, I've probably watched certainly less than 10 minutes of Gray Hughes. Like, I was immediately repulsed by that. That's what kind of also drew me into Anthony's channel, because back in the day, there really wasn't but a couple of shows in town. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like at first, like I watched some of his very early stuff, and it was like super, like a little bit cringe. I'm not gonna say super cringe, because like he was like at least putting, like, it's a lot of effort to put together like a whole show, and he like really like was learning how to do like all the graphics, and it was like a little bit like in LA where they sell like car stereos and stuff. They'll have commercials that are like very much how Greeno used to do his channel. And that link right there is for Sleuth if he wants to come up here. But so, and then he just like, I feel like he got a lot better like throughout the years. And so I always respected like that part of him, like doing his show. He like, when he'd have people call in, he would like listen to them. He would treat them respectfully. I remember when he would always get like collaborative. He would like try to help people along that would, like, he wanted it to be like a group effort. So there was like, I'm gonna try to think of the people that I can remember that he kind of like brought into things. There was True Crime Bloke. I remember like when he first called in, and
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Like he was all like in a bad place in his life or whatever, and Greeno's like, "Dude, we got this. We're gonna get you going." And and like I'm sure Greeno had his own benefits that he was gonna get from that, but also like I remember Bloke was super excited, and like that was kind of cool to see. And then there was like, why can I not think of his name? But he was like Grizz or something, or Graz.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were cool for a minute, and then they weren't. And just, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to promote other smaller channels and collaborate. And I forgot about both of those guys. Yeah, that's a good point. Where are they now? I don't know.
True Crime Bloke, he has a different, like, he named his channel something else, but he has like 20,000 subscribers or something, but he like doesn't really do true crime, because I think like when I say like so much, it's so annoying. I'm really sorry, everybody. But
I like it.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the True Crime Bloke? I can't see.
Oh
that.
yeah. When Sleuth Intuition had interviewed JP, I know that bloke had thought that that was like not good because he had mental health problems, but like I thought it was a very good interview, and like so it kind of like he got all
Hey, hey, look, I don't know if it's fair to say that Sleuth has mental health problems.
no, it's not
You know, no,
Sleuth.
we've all suspected it. Sure, if you've watched his channel,
No,
but
not
I
Sleuth.
just don't know. It's a little bit of
No,
a low blow, a little bit of a low
no,
blow there.
I'm not
And you're trying to get
talking
him to
about.
come up on, you're trying to get him to hit the link, and then you say that about him. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. That's not what I was talking about. But that was funny. Uh, yeah. So that I think he just like went off, and he was kind of like maybe with. I just it's interesting to see how different people have progressed throughout the whole case, because like cold truth. I'm sorry, I can't talk today, guys. Cold truth. She was like on True Crime Bloke side in that whole situation, and like definitely against Greeno. But then like in the end, I just watched this video where somebody was like saying that she was like on Who's Your Cold Cases side and like on that side. But I don't know. People are always trying to like choose who you're allowed to talk to and who like you're, I don't know, against if you talk to a certain person. And I don't like the whole politics of all that.
And how did you quote unquote progress through the years or the ages? You're talking about how other
Um
people progressed in their channels. What was your progression? Because
well
me
I
personally, I feel like I didn't progress. I feel like I got held back. I degressed. I feel like I degressed.
yeah.
Yeah. No, but no, my position just didn't really change. It was kind of like, I don't know. I'm still kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I wish I
definitely.
progressed.
Well, I would say like I started off kind of like going hard on Kelsey, which like I definitely feel bad about. I made an apology video, but she had like conflicting stories and just nobody was talking about the family. And so I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing this. And so um that was like kind of before I learned how memory works. And so um and she was young, but it seems like if you're gonna be campaigning, you would get your story straight. But she was like, I don't blame her. She was a child, and like, I that was kind of like a crappy thing for me to do. But it took me a really long time to realize that. And I don't know. It's kind of hard to like switch your position or admit that maybe what you did wasn't like the best thing. Uh,
Did
so
you?
yeah.
Did you? Okay, so I'm unaware of the history. So did you say that she was the person that did it? Did you say she did it? You thought, or you just kind of like pointed in her direction, or questioned it, or what was your
No,
stance on that?
I actually like didn't really think that she did it, but I thought that like maybe she had like knowledge of it because just because of her conflicting stories. Particularly she kept bringing up like the sweaters, which like me and this other guy that names are escaping me today because I didn't get enough sleep, but like we wrote down, oh, the sweaters are a thing because it keeps coming up, it keeps coming up, and then like um I mean it kind of did come up, so we might have been right about that, but I just nobody was talking about it. Me and Sleuth actually had like a that was like when we really didn't know anything, so we were just like throwing anything that would stick on the wall, and we went through like a young, I don't know. Sleuth had fancy names for all the theories, so I can't think of what it was. But it was a good one. I know it was at the time. Kind of like
But
a scream killer type thing or Slender Man.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything wrong with wondering and questioning and speculating and whatnot, as long as you phrase it, as long as you frame it that way.
Hmm.
Um, but like and you said it's hard to change your position, maybe for you, but like in the community, there's people who've had multiple suspects and not just insinuating and pontificating and questioning and just that not softly the way you're describing it. I'm talking about some people had suspects that they knew they did it. They just knew they did it. So I always found it interesting to ask, and what's the difference really in saying that you believe someone did it versus that you know they did it? What's really the difference anyway? You know? Because
Yeah.
sometimes people just say they know something, but they don't. I mean, do they? What do you mean? That ain't a fact. You just
Yeah.
strongly believe it. What's really the difference there? Oh, that's something that I wrestle with. But to say that you're 100% convinced that, I don't know, Daniel Pearson did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
100% sure, it. Only to then switch tracks and say, no, it was Matt Collins. I'm 100% sure. To switch and say that it was, someone else, and that you're 100%. First of all, and Greeno did that. Greeno came out, and he didn't do it for a long time, which is why I really liked him. He kind of stayed neutral. But then I think it was with Richard Allen is when he went all in, and I asked him, and he said he was 100% convinced that it
Mm-hmm.
was Richard Allen. And I guess to a degree, I agree with you. It's hard to back down once you've already made your mind up in that way. It's hard to hear any evidence of the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, some people have done it. They've had a new flavor of the month, like, every week. So,
Well, and I really don't like that people were like stifled from having these conversations where you could go back and forth and kind of like bounce ideas off each other, because people were like so concerned because like those names were out there. And like but I guess there is like a good way to do it and a not so good way to do it. And like with Sleuth, I think he found his like balance fairly early. Is always like been open to talking about stuff, but like not to an extreme. And so that's always been good. I maybe got banned from a couple of channels for being too mouthy a few times. I don't know. Just like learning that kind of balance, I think, is something I learned throughout the years. Um, I've always been just trying to get people to get along, I guess, which is crazy because like you just end up the one in the middle, anyways. But it's been a crazy ride, I guess.
indeed, indeed, it has. Yeah, other channels that you may or may not have mentioned would be like do it more softly and more gently, and they're like, well, what if it was Keegan Kline and Richard Allen? And
Keegan Klein.
yeah, but even that's I tolerate a lot better. As no matter how far fetched your theories are, I tolerate it better if it's a question. If you're just throwing out the question, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
It's people who make claims specifically claims of knowledge that really grinds my gears.
Claims of knowledge with facts that they allegedly have, but nobody else is allowed to know or see.
And that's kind of like what we were talking. I bored everybody last time when I was talking about epistemology, and
Yeah. No, you didn't bore us. That was actually that we like that.
yeah, because it just kind of gets into, and I have absolutely. I don't have the answers, and it's always odd. It's always interesting when I hear people who claim that they do, and it's interesting to figure out how they got there, and
Can you
what.
explain what the epistemology
Oh
is
yeah,
again?
sure, yeah. I mean, the way I understand it is the study of knowledge, and it's one of the rabbit holes I went down, like that I like to go down on YouTube. I found out a lot about epistemology, and they have like street epistemology channels where basically it can work with any type of claim. You see it done a lot with religion, but it could work with like having someone just make a claim like Bigfoot is real, or Richard Allen is the bridge guy. Or you could work the other way too. If someone were to go on the other side and say, Richard Allen is innocent, it's anytime people make a claim and then breaking it down with, well, what convinced them and how they get there. Because like, the thing about evidence is there's good evidence and there's bad evidence. It's to me, it's about not how good or bad it is, but like how compelling it is, right? And what some people consider to be compelling evidence, others may not. And how much compelling evidence do you need to make a claim of knowledge is just very interesting. It's very interesting to me. Only me, probably.
No, not only you. I think that's interesting too. I just never like really thought about like the way that you get to a belief.
Mhm. Right, because like what I learned is that no one likes a know-it-all, right? And
Hmm.
to me, it's quite arrogant to make claims that you know something, like yeah, okay, boom, like I went on. I went on a lot of YouTube rabbit holes. One of them, I found myself like I would search. Okay, I would search open links. Excuse me, open chat or StreamYard on YouTube,
Hmm.
right? And I would change
Hmm.
my filters to live. Okay, I did this during COVID. It was a weird. It was a weird time that I found myself. Okay, and I would do these searches and just hit a bunch of StreamYard links and talk to random people in random communities. Okay,
Hmm.
and you know, I fell on some flat Earth channels, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I was very confident at first, like these dudes were clowns, right? Which I
Hmm.
still am very confident of that. But like, what? I guess that's still the case. But like when they pressed me on it, right?
Uh-huh.
I realized that I then and there wasn't necessarily prepared to with a presentation to prove that the earth, I quickly just analyzed my own argument for why I thought the earth was a globe and realized it wasn't that compelling. I mean, I do
Hmm.
believe that's the case, but I realized I wasn't prepared to make an argument for it. So I'm
Right.
just kind of like always mindful of those situations where I'm going to claim to know something, and when someone says, oh really, well, how'd you get there, and then I have to break it down and explain it and realize that it's a house of cards. You know,
Right.
that's always the position I don't want to be in. I don't want to be in that position. So I try to avoid claims of knowledge, but that's not the case. That's not how you get clicks and views, I suppose. Anyway.
Well, I think that's an interesting way to say it because I one of the things that's always bothered me is like that one side maybe thinks that they're right and just the way that they claim it is like that it's the only logical thing that anyone could think, and if you don't believe that then you are fucking stupid, and like illogical. And it's just like I don't think that's a good way to even like come to an understanding of how people like think that way, or um a like just a respectful way to have like a conversation, because there's logical reasons that people like think different things, and just because like you don't see that or you have different life experiences doesn't mean that they're like stupid or like that they're so like, oh, she's a flat earther, or oh, okay, or like a moonlander denier. Okay, well, where'd the fucking wind come from for that fucking flag? Like there's things to think about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's all about the burden of proof. That kind of falls in line with it. And those who've made the claim have the burden of proof. They have to back it back up. And you get yourself into a real tricky situation, and it doesn't work. It turns into a disingenuous conversation if you try to say, if someone says, Richard Allen is guilty, and you press them on it, and they're like, okay, well then you tell me why he's innocent, as if you said those things. Yeah, I didn't say that he was innocent. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
pressing back on your claim that he's guilty. You see,
Mm-hmm.
which are very different things to say that I'm not convinced that he's guilty versus I think he's innocent.
Right.
Because if you say you're not convinced he's guilty, then you've made no claims of knowledge. You just said, I'm not convinced that what you're saying is true. It's a rebuttal against your claim, you
Well,
know?
people always like get frustrated with Fiend because like they'll be like he doesn't even says like how are they even dead or whatever, because I think he kind of like goes on like thought, I don't know what you call them, like systems or like structures of like how you come to a conclusion from certain thoughts. um so it like frustrates people because they're like he can't admit anything, but I think it's just like the way he thinks about stuff. I don't know. Shout out Fiend, unblock me. What? Uh,
Oh, I don't know the background to that
yeah,
story.
no, it's
Uh,
fine.
okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Well, I guess there was a question in the chat earlier about jurors and whether or not anybody had talked to jurors, if the jurors were talking, basically. So I don't know if you have any knowledge on that. Sleuth
I
said,
I don't I don't think they're allowed to, but I have heard murmurings that like somebody knows a juror somewhere, but I don't think they're trying to press that person like until they are off of the gag order because yeah, because Goal's a stickler for that stuff.
I think if I were to speculate, I would say I don't believe, and I think I said this on your show previously, is that I don't think they all the jurors, 12 of them or whatever, I don't think all 12 went back there originally thinking he was guilty.
Yeah, no,
And
I don't think so either.
no, I think they got strong armed.
Well, like they said that some of the jurors like seem to have like more knowledge on certain topics, like maybe that was part of their career because they were asking really good questions. And I could see how, as a juror, if you're back there and you are like sticking on a point where maybe you don't have that much knowledge on, but somebody else has like that's their career, or they seem to have like more knowledge on that, how that could be like very compelling to just like concede to that person because thinking like, oh, I don't really know. Like people always say, I can't read like the scientific studies, and I'm like, I'm fairly like dumb and I can read them, and like it just takes actually going through it and like feeling dumb and going and just like hoping that you're gonna get you're gonna get to the conclusion. But at first you feel super dumb because you like literally don't know anything you're reading, and then you kind of like pick it up on the way. So I could see how jurors could be swayed by like even just somebody who's more bossy, like say I'm not going to say any names. I was going to, but I'm not going to.
No, you should. You definitely should name names. Yeah.
You're pretty hardcore, Sterling. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, I am. But I guess I'll just repeat myself from last time because it kind of goes into what you're saying though, is that if somebody was back there it becomes a social experiment to some degree once they've gone back there, right, into their little room as I envision it, right, and they start taking a vote and talking back and forth. Then there's a lot of weird social things that are going on in that moment that I don't think necessarily are healthy for the justice system. So like you talked about someone being bossy or someone claiming to be an expert and explaining to someone else that you just don't understand it and therefore you should trust me because I'm an expert is a very dangerous place to be in. And if we've already all heard the expert testimony in the trial, if we've already had two teams trying to sway us in opposite directions, why then should you be subjected to a small council of people looking your peers in the face and then having to explain your position to them? I don't think we're doing it the right way.
Not just that, but like you have to like also those people maybe want to go home to their kids or whatever, and they're like, "Come on, dude! Like you're gonna stick on that,
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the social things that's going on back there. People are being isolated from their families. Let's just get this over with. Nobody wants to be. A lot of people as a social species, we want to avoid that conflict, and people will do all kind of crazy shit to avoid conflict,
Yeah, I
including
do.
including admit to doing a crime that they didn't, for example. So I feel like once they go back in that room, maybe you shouldn't even go back in that room. They should just submit their vote anonymously, and then that's it. There's no deliberation.
Maybe they could do it confession style, like they do on like the reality shows where they go in like the confession booth and they talk about why they made their choice. Yeah. Oh, I love Jersey Shore so much. Oh.
Yeah, I'd be good with that. But yeah, I don't think that because somebody could be very meek, very weak, very timid, very resistant to conflict, and that doesn't mean that that person's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so that could be the person that's right, whereas the person that's more belligerent and more confident could be the person that's wrong. And I think that we're just going about this all the wrong way, because I guarantee you, I don't guarantee it, but I speculate that there were jurors in that position that went back there leaning towards or all the way innocent and then got swayed to the other side. I believe that. I hope we'll find out more, but that's my
Yeah.
prediction.
Well, and in my opinion, like oftentimes it's the people who are quieter and stuff that are the ones that are listening and kind of picking up on those other things. And so maybe they actually have a better understanding of stuff. But those people that are loud and boisterous and pushy and like just assume that they know what they're talking about, um, like they're the ones that are actually dumber and we shouldn't listen to. Not like
Yeah, I mean,
dumber,
like,
but like
I
less
mean,
open to learning stuff.
look, you just spent 20 something days listening to one team of attorneys, like with like three different attorneys. Okay. And then the other team had three different attorneys over there too, right? Or something. And so not only that, but we heard from psychologists. We heard from we heard all the why would we then go back into a back room and listen to fucking some Joe Schmo that from that thinks they know everything, some internet Joe Schmo that thinks they know everything, and now I'm going back there and basing my decision off of what this guy says. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
make sense. You should have already heard everything you need to hear and go back there and do your voting, and that's that. And I guarantee you, if that were the system, we would have a lot less convictions in this country, which may be the change that we need. I felt like
Yeah,
after this case, I felt like I'm convinced that it's far too easy to convict somebody of anything in this country. It's
absolutely. Yeah.
far too easy. And yeah, that's the change that I came up with. I don't know if it makes sense or not, but no more jury deliberations. I'm against it. Stop it. Knock it off.
Well, okay, so if there's no more jury deliberations, would you then say that you need like less than 100% to agree? Would it be
No,
like you still
no,
need
no. I would keep
100%?
this. Yeah, I would keep the standard as it is. It's got to be unanimous, right? And absolutely, absolutely, because
I think maybe though it should be like 10. You should be able to have like a couple people who disagree because there's gonna always be like being on the jury who's like gonna want some more solid evidence than like maybe it's possible, you know? He's gonna be
where was
like,
that? Where
I
was
don't
that
know.
person? Where was that person when we needed them?
I, I don't know. Where is Fiend at?
But
Get
I mean, like
on the
on
jury.
a person like that on the jury, I don't know. That's just my thought. I don't know if it makes sense, but
He'd
I
probably
think.
get
I'm
never
sorry.
mind. I'm not gonna say nothing now. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Yeah. Um, because I mean, yeah. Look, if people are able to be mind fucked into giving a false confession to like a horrific crime, all right, not just Richard Allen, for example, but like anybody, then think about that. Think about what it would take to break you into doing that versus what it would take to break you into voting for some guy that you've never met before is guilty so that you can get the fuck out of there and go home to see your kids. It'd be
Yeah, yeah,
the latter would be far easier, in my opinion. And we
so
know that
much
people,
easier.
and we know that people confess to murder all the time. They didn't do it. Like, I mean, so think about how many times that's happened in the jury deliberation room. I don't know.
They don't just confess though. Like memories are pretty crazy because like they can actually have false memories where they themselves believe that they actually did it. Like which is insane. But like we heard it when Sleuth was interviewing JP, Julian Powell or whatever. He Julian was saying like, "Oh, like maybe I did this and like I kind of have this memory of like walking behind him and seeing them like use the restroom at the graveyard or something like that where he thought that they were like desecrating it and so it's not like he had obviously like thought through it and he was like wondering whether he was blacking out a memory or if like that was a true memory and like that's just him doing that to himself like over like his own personal time but like being in solitary where you have people like constantly calling you this and pressuring you and you like literally lose your sense of self like I think that people are like, there's no way I would ever confess to something I didn't do. And like, I would say to that, you fucking might, you just might. We're all Richard Allen. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Have you heard of anyone? Have you heard of any progress on FOIA requests? Is anybody working on that?
I believe that like T had talked to the. Are you talking about like for the transcripts and stuff?
Well, for anything related to the Delphi case.
I think that T had talked to the court reporter person, and she had said, I want to say that they're like not prepared yet, and so, but if he's doing an appeal, he's gonna have to have like the entire case file, and so I don't really know how that works. I don't know what takes them so long, because literally they could have just had like I have this app on my phone. They could have had that out during the trial. It would have transcribed the whole thing, like right then. So I don't know what takes them so long. And like, it's gonna be like 20,000. It's probably more than 20,000 for just the transcripts, I would guess, like basing it off of the transcripts that they've already gotten. But yeah, JP said he was dreaming about it to the point where he wasn't sure what was real and what wasn't. Yeah. And like he was just like so primed to, like, it would have been easy to get him to think he actually did it. I mean, I kind of thought he actually did it. Zero, who did you think actually did it or wanted to ask a question about something? Zero, get up here.
Yeah.
Ask your question.
Get up here. Hit the link. Yeah, Sleuth had some good interviews. I forgot about that one. I remember listening to that one.
Well, because he removed it. I wanted that one up again so bad.
Oh,
but
right.
I understand why he did take it down, but
right. And then who else did he? He's had Westfall up there a couple of times, right?
Yeah, he had 3 interviews with Westfall. One was a phone interview, one was like an in-person one, and then the third one, which was my favorite, was like he had people call in and you could just ask whatever you wanted. So like, I mean, shout out to Patrick Westfall for coming on and doing those interviews, because that was, I mean, I found that all very helpful and interesting. And like, I mean, he shouldn't have, as far as like, you shouldn't speak in public or you shouldn't speak without a lawyer ever, because I could see how a lot of that stuff could be held against him. Like, I thought some of it was shady, but I guess with anything, if you like are over analyzing what people are saying, you could find what you're looking for, kind of. Not like with anybody, you can't like just find whatever, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, because like, there was rumors going around at the time, and maybe even now, about how Westfall was involved, in those guys, and heard rumors of like, oh, because Abby's mom was dating out of her race or something like that, right? Wasn't that one of the dominant rumors that was going around there?
I mean, I heard that. I don't know if it was a dominant rumor, but definitely.
Well, I heard it. I heard it as to what their motive would have been. And I saw Westfall. I believe I wanted to go back and look at it. I think I still may, but it was on Sleuth's interview, and he was asking him, and I remember him saying that he knew Abby's mom.
He did,
right?
Yeah.
And I remember him telling the story about how she used to date some guy that he served with.
Right. Like, and he said that his daughter and and Abby were like in car seats, like next to each other. So that would have been like years and years and years ago.
I was hoping that Sleuth would have asked him as a follow. I remember like standing up out of my chair for some reason, getting excited and hoping that they would ask. And this guy that she was dating, was he a white fella by chance? That's the question I wanted to hear.
Wait, that Galen was dating, or that that Anna was dating? Yeah, I mean, he would have had to been black, right? Wouldn't that be like the race trading part? But I don't know.
Well, it could. Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that the question would get asked, but it didn't. I'd like to hear it asked in the future, though, if there's an opportunity. Since Sleuth is out there, I thought I'd mention it.
Well, you should have been there and called in and asked your question.
I
Uh,
I was there, and but you know, his chat moves so fast. There was so many people watching those interviews, and I was trying to take it all in. You know.
no, the call-in one was like definitely
Oh,
the coolest because like I thought it was like really just helpful to have people call in, and like he got good people that asked like good questions. One of them was, and I cannot remember her thing, but I think it's like shadow sleuth or something like that. She was talking about the numerology, which is crazy that there's that many coincidences, but I'm not really like, I don't really think that that like means too much because I just don't see how that could, like, they're all measuring out the coordinates, but it is wild that everything is like 213. But she
oh,
asked him like how would somebody have gotten like the bodies down there or whatever, and his answer to that just like kind of made me be like, what, that's crazy. But it's just, it's a small town and there's coincidences and people like, I don't know, if you're like trying to link everything you can, but it's like 7 degrees separation to Kevin Bacon or whatever.
oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and Sleuth saying that he did ask him. Okay, on a later live. Oh, okay, okay, good, good, good. All right, great. Yeah, I know you had him on more than once. I think I only saw that first one and never caught the follow up. So yeah, like I said, I need to go back and watch that. Good work though.
Yeah, you gotta have like if you have multiple ones, I think it's better because then you could like see the inconsistencies. I think Sleuth does a really good job of interviewing, and people get like mad that he didn't ask like certain questions, but I think he does a good job of like making the other person feel comfortable and like allowing them to tell their own story and talk, which is like, in my opinion, oftentimes better than trying to get like specific answers to specific questions because maybe you don't know the right question to ask, you know?
Oh sure, yeah, sure. You got to be a good listener in this YouTube game. I suppose you're a good listener. You're good at it.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm a good talker. No, I'm not a good talker. I say like, and you know what I mean, 1,000 million times. It's so annoying. Uh, dude,
I
will somebody come on here? Because I keep dropping this link for you guys. We're supposed to be asking questions, numbering them for Greeno tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No,
I
it's
forgot
fine.
about that. Oh well, I guess another question that would be for you, and then I guess for Greeno as well, is about what you think will, like, if you want to talk about the appeal process and just like what your expectations are out of that, and yeah, the appeal
My
process.
expectations are very low because like it's just, it's very hard to get an appeal, I think, with the confessions and stuff. And then also just if she's this judge again, like if there's an appeal and then it's just Judge Goal again, then it's kind of like almost a waste of time because she's gonna be like, yep, I was right on everything, you know, because that's how she's been the whole time. And she doesn't care. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if I'm not an expert, so I wonder how often they do get the same judge, and if there should be a rule that, you know, if you win an appeal, maybe you should be forced to have a new judge, a new lawyer. I don't know. I don't know what the rules should be.
I think it should be a new judge because obviously if you are getting an appeal, then something went wrong in the case, like at some point.
Right. I mean, like, what are you going to do? You're going to say, yeah, you deserve to have a retrial because the judge didn't allow this evidence in and didn't allow that in, and then send it back to the same judge. I mean,
Yeah. I believe that's what they do.
and then like, okay, so then is she then feels the pressure to allow that third party evidence in, for example, because she knows that it will just result in an appeals reversal, you know, down the road if she does it again, or does
Um
she
I I feel
stick
like
with her
she
guns and
doesn't feel too much pressure. Like from what I saw, she was not feeling like, oh, I should probably like try to be even keeled and let this in. Nope, she was like, fuck it. That's my own opinion, though.
yeah, I heard somebody say, I think it was Bob Mata, excuse me, that said that you know, these retrials almost always favor the state because the state kind of like figures out where they went wrong and they correct their errors and whatnot. And my reaction was, yeah, okay, I can see how that's usually true, but I feel like everything went in the state's favor. Oh, hello.
Hey, Zero.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. How are you guys doing?
Good.
We're winging it. We're improvising.
Yeah, we weren't very prepared.
All right. Well, I'm at work. It's kind of loud here, but I just caught up with the stream. I had to pause it, whatever.
Well, it's not that loud because your headset's working like fabulously, but you should ask that question that you wanted to ask.
Oh, yeah. You got a question?
I was, okay, I don't think Greeno did it because I just find it hard to believe that Greeno would do it. But there's a lot of things that they don't point to him. But, you know, I don't know. I just think that it's kind of odd that he sounds like the guy. There's two, prior to the trial.
Oh, you cut out.
Wait, this is not the type, this is not what I didn't know he was going to talk about this. Is he, wait, let me just make sure. Hopefully he connects his internet back. And because this was getting good. Let me just make sure I heard him. He was saying something of the question was going to be, or the topic was going to be about Anthony Greeno and whether he did it. Is that where we were going?
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, yeah. I don't think he did it. I just think that it's fucking weird that prior to the trial and witness or the gallery hearing the tape, the video, the recording, everybody thought that there was two separate voices. And then after the gallery heard it and everyone reported on it, they reported that it absolutely sounds like Richard Allen because of the other recordings that they heard of Richard Allen's interrogations and whatnot. So I thought that was odd. I always thought that the second voice down the hill sounded like Greeno's announcer voice or whatever he does when he goes deep, you know, that kind of shit.
When he goes deep, Greeno goes deep.
Well, no homo. Yeah, when he goes deep, no homo.
No homo.
But yeah, and you know, there's just a lot of things that I'm not saying they point to him at all. I just think it's fucking weird. That's all. His sister, his family thought he did it. He disappeared. He showed up at the police station, he said, voluntarily the day of the following day, one of the two, which is all textbook stuff that they say people do. They go to the scene after they did something, set fires, you know, fucking murders, whatever it is.
Okay. Now that's the question.
What's the question?
Is that what you're thinking it was, Sterling?
No, yeah, sort of.
Yeah, he went missing for 10 days. You know, like when he came out with that video with his sister, and they were talking about, you know, they were estranged because his whole family thought he did it, or just she thought he did it, whatever. I just thought that was all really fucking weird. And there's there's a couple of points in that right there that points to him. Like I said, I don't think he necessarily did it. I haven't really looked into it. But once again, there's nothing that points in Richard Allen's history that shows that he's that kind of, you know, that I wouldn't say capable of it, but nothing points to him, markers, whatever you want to call them.
But his like profile or something like that.
Profile, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, that's it. Not that I want to, I don't know, kind of, more of it was just to kind of fuck with Greeno, because I think it, you know, that would be fun. But, I mean, I don't dislike Greeno, so.
So if he was here right now, or if he will be here tomorrow, what would you want to ask him directly?
I think that's like, it.
Yeah, it's like kind of not even a question, because I wouldn't ask him if he did it or not. Oh, and you have to also remember that in the last couple of months leading up to the trial, he vehemently, he wanted this guy to be the guy so bad that if he got off, that he said he was going to kill him on the fucking steps of the courthouse or wherever, and make sure that justice was served for Delphi and all this kind of stuff. And that also points to, like, what do you have? Why do you want this guy to be so guilty? I mean, I get that people see him as guilty, but I also see how people could see him as being, framed or railroaded or whatever you want to call it.
Farmer, what are you gonna ask him about his inner thighs? Or like a jungle? It's gross. Sorry.
What?
That wasn't on my list, but it's worth adding probably.
No, question number 5. Are your inner thighs like a jungle?
I mean,
Inner
but now that
thighs.
you say it, it's what we've all been wanting to know.
Right? Everybody.
Yeah, literally.
I can't think about anything else but that now. Sorry.
Yeah, and then-
I'm sorry, Zero. I got way distracted.
All
with
right,
that
let me just, for the record, it should be asked like this. Greeno, are your inner thighs like a jungle? Yes or yes? You got.
Yes
I would
or
follow
yes.
with the yes or yes because we know the answer.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
and
not,
you know-
I'm definitely not trying to blame Anthony Greeno or
No, but we can. We can.
anything, right?
No,
Or
no, but
shift anything off of the procedure, how it's supposed to go, appeals, blah blah blah. But I've always been a skeptic when it comes to Richard Allen's guilt. And what you guys were talking about with the jury and the deliberations, I somewhat agree in the sense that I can't believe that every single one of them thought that he was guilty off the bat.
No way.
I believe that what was the women to men ratio? 8-4,
Oh, I
7-5.
forgot. I don't know. Good question.
Well, I believe that there was more women, which tells me there's more emotions in it. When kids are killed, and you've got family members, opening up the statements with showing, I don't know, emotion. If they could capture that and take that into the deliberations, a month later, I believe that
And it was a month, then they would all be synced up and they'd all be on the period at the same time.
well,
My dude just came up here and said women are emotional. Like,
I know.
like unfazed, unabashedly and unfazed.
Yeah.
Just said it.
No
Yeah.
shame
Just kept on
whatsoever.
going. Amazing. Well done, sir.
hey, I tell it like it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have no shame in my game.
Yep.
Clearly.
But yeah, I believe that most people in that, whether it's men or women, I believe that they were persuaded to vote guilty, because even the pro-prosecution people, after the notes from the pro-prosecution people that were in there and the pro-defense people, everybody was, well, not everyone, but a lot of people were thinking it was going to be a hung jury because of the lack of evidence and how, it just didn't go the way of the prosecution. But for whatever reason, they came to that verdict, and I think it had to do with being persuaded that in that way. I don't think logic prevailed in those deliberations. I think emotions prevailed.
Fucking bitches, right?
Right. I know. That's what I was going to say. So, like, so there should be no jury deliberation and probably no women there either. Huh?
Hey, you know what? I'm all for that.
Okay. I think we can all. We all agree.
Don't say that.
we
Yeah,
all
all of
agree.
it. Clearly.
I'll say it.
Clearly.
We all agree.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
And if you don't,
do I
agree,
want?
if you
Do
don't,
I
agree,
want my
it's-
wife during that time of the month? Do I want her making rash decisions that people's life depend on it? Probably not.
No,
Because she'll probably
definitely.
side with her emotions. Call me fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Dude, you're calling me crazy is what you're doing.
I'm calling basically
Yeah.
Calling
At
everybody
least you
fucking
admit
crazy.
it.
Yeah,
Yep.
all
Fuck
day.
yeah.
And people that want to argue that or say that I'm wrong, like I probably would argue against you.
I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah,
I
so
do too.
fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Get back in the
Bring
kitchen
it on.
already. Get
Yeah,
in the kitchen.
I don't know, because I think men cook better than women too.
Oh,
that was a joke.
shit.
Wow.
Oh shit.
That was a joke. Either
I
way.
don't think it was. I don't think it was a joke. I think he really thinks he could cook
Okay,
better.
well, for the sake of this video, for this live, that was a joke.
You got to let women have something. Zero.
Not even the kitchen. Not
Nope.
even the kitchen.
Nope.
Not even
Just-
the kitchen.
My man.
Just spread
My
your
man.
legs, ladies.
I wouldn't go that far. Just yeah. For the
I should
sake of
shut
this
up.
video.
Yeah. No, don't take any of that seriously. Sorry. I'm immature and I can't handle stuff like that. So
I got Greeno. Oh.
So question number 7. Should women be in the kitchen? Oh
Yeah,
shit.
the real question is, should women leave the kitchen?
Sterling, did you feel bad after manhandling the guy
I'm
Greeno
kidding.
brought on his live that knew nothing about the case? I mean, honestly, you'd have to be more specific, but the answer is probably no. It's probably nah. No, I do. I probably do feel bad if I knew exactly what you were talking about. I can't remember who you're talking about though. Was it that British guy, Simon? Or who was it? But anyway, who do we have joining us?
This is necessarily adorable.
Everybody, I think I know everybody up here knows who I am. I've done shows with
If they don't, they'll recognize the sound quality.
Yeah, the crackling.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's Charles.
Yeah, is it crackling?
Oh.
No, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
What y'all
I
talking
should
about?
be more mature. I can't help it.
Drugs are bad.
We were wondering whether women should get out of the kitchen or not.
Holy shit! What did I walk in on? Well, I for one I'm going to add that all women are crazy, and I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to say that they belong.
Okay,
in
this
kitchens,
panel
'cause I've
is
seen-
very. Where's Ivy at? We need Ivy in here, dude.
Hopefully not in the kitchen.
Definitely not.
Hey, listen, you guys have a great night. I'm sorry I got to run. Thank you for having me. And I really appreciate the opportunity to talk some shit.
Yes,
It was nice to make your acquaintance, Sterling. See you
Cheers,
later.
y'all. Cheers.
Cheers.
You just met Sterling, Zero? Come on, bro.
That's correct.
Soon enough, we're gonna have to get you a YouTube channel and shit, bro.
I think I'm good, but we'll see.
So, but no, you can track Greeno or whatever by all the stuff he did that day. I investigated him many years ago, and he knows it.
So there is concern, or not concern, but there is validity in the what would you call it? I wouldn't say.
Suspicion?
Well, you looking, yeah, suspicion, yeah.
He smoked
I don't-
cigarettes. He was damn near the same height. If he was a little bit stockier at the time, he could have been damn near about the same size as Bridge Guy. You know, Bridge Guy's hair was covered, all kinds of different stuff. Yeah, and Greeno actually told people he did it. So, you know, anybody that says they did it, I got to check into. It's just part of the territory.
Yeah, that whole, yeah, it's very peculiar.
And Greeno, I'm cool with Greeno and Chunk after many years and stuff, but he knows I'm also blunt about shit too. So,
Dude, Greeno did a lot for this case, in my opinion. Like he
did
brought it to a lot of people in a good, easy to understand format, accepting people calling in, all that stuff. So I feel like maybe he might not be happy with his life, but I have no control over you guys, and also I just we weren't ready for it really, so I don't know what to say.
This
It
is
is
probably
what it
the
is.
fourth or this is like the fourth or fifth live that I've had to actually had this conversation with either Greeno on. Yeah, half the time Greeno was actually in the live stream when we had it. So
Yeah, I'm sure he's heard it all before. He, like I said, he did a live with his sister talking about how his family thought he did it.
some people, you just literally have to think to yourself, they understand why they're being looked into because of what they did in the past. But if they don't know, or if they know they didn't do it, then they got nothing to worry about, right?
Right.
Oh, Greeno, he's in here. Duh.
Of course he's
Duh.
in here.
What's up, Greeno?
Did y'all not catch that when Sterling made that comment before he left? Come on, guys.
No haters, Greeno.
He said, what would you ask Greeno if Greeno was right here? Like right now. That was a key sign that, yeah, he's basically in the chat.
I think they were trying to give you a hard time a little bit, but also we might have got a little off track.
Yeah, misogyny took us off track.
You're not the killer. I don't think
Yeah.
you're the killer. Nobody thinks you're the killer. Okay.
No,
Well,
he knows
maybe
I don't think he's
Zero
the
might
killer.
think that. I don't know if he does.
I don't think that.
No, he doesn't
just
think
find
that.
it peculiar, that's all. And Charles has put that all to
Be
rest.
careful. Mhm. As I said, we've been on at least 4 separate lives where we had this conversation. So, and it was pretty obvious he was here.
Charles, what are you doing with that thing?
I'm trying to move it away from my face because I got a beard in chunk, so to scratch it. Okay, any other questions?
No? Or I think you're supposed to ask Greeno questions. Like, people aren't asking you questions. Oh.
I've already asked Greeno questions, so.
See, I have no control over them, Greeno, so I apologize. We tried. But Sterling, too. Sterling was not into it at all today, so I couldn't. I was trying to rein him in, but they reined me out instead.
This is me behaving. I thought I was doing a good job.
No, yeah, you're fine.
I'm guessing Zero is at work probably.
And yet his Zero, your thing's way quieter than it was last time.
He got them there. He bought the headset that the meth head stole from me.
Well, it's good. It's way good.
I know.
Greeno said Greeno said y'all gonna get the best of it tomorrow when I can answer them all.
Shit, that's what I said. Right on, right on. I had no idea about any of this, or honestly, I probably would have came up with a whole bunch of stuff to ask. I just went and got some weed, come back, and all I see is a stream up. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Multiple people were like giving me a link or whatever.
Do you fear getting belly bumped by a snake, Greeno? Oh my god. I'm sorry. I can't help but laugh at stuff like that. This is the most unpolitically... Farmer, are you still in here? Hopefully you... Yeah. Cool. No, I wasn't giggling at that. I was hoping that like nothing up further was like I don't know, you offensive or anything, but I don't think so, because nobody get offended because we're all idiots on this panel. No, I'm just kidding. You guys aren't idiots. I'm gonna stop talking. You guys could keep talking. I'm not even on shrooms this time, and I can't handle it.
My avatar is a little demon. It's supposed to be a cute demon, I guess.
Oh, Zero doesn't like it when you say like evil or have demon stuff because you're just asking or you're attracting bad spirits and stuff.
But look, I changed my name. See, so it's okay.
So, but you changed your name and then you put like demon, so it's like not okay. It's actually still the same.
Well, the demon was actually there before I changed the name, but my account still has the same name. But at least I changed my StreamYard and my Discord. That's good. It's a start.
Totes.
You're not evil anymore. You're adorable, Charles.
No, he has a demon avatar, so he's still.
Some would consider that avatar adorable. Probably.
Would you?
Not personally, no, but I get it.
That's what I was going for, and I had about 15 seconds to go, and that's the first thing Dan handed me, so I just took it and ran.
He handed it to you?
It works
Oh,
for
yeah,
me.
he was at DMs right before that one live Atmos thing, I think. He was like, no, you can't go out there with the N and junk. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And
Farmer, you're like the cutest kid, and like I think we all look a little bit dorky when we were kids, but like I'm not saying you look dorky, but kids are cute. I love kid pictures of like people that you know as adults. It's the cutest thing. Little Farmer, so cute. Dude, but like seriously, are you like underwater or like what the fuck? What is that noise? What are you doing? Okay, so does anybody else want to come up here and say anything, ask anything, do anything, make any racial, sexist, misogynistic comments? More than welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
Or homophobic or transphobic.
yeah. Or well, Dan's not in here, so we can't.
Agoraphobic. No.
I'm. Is that like when you don't go outside?
Anti-Semite. Bring it on. Whatever you got, people.
No. Nope. Yeah, ethnic jokes. What do babies love? Oh, babies love ethnic jokes. Oh, sorry. My stomach hurts a little bit from laughing. Some of your mama jokes. Your mama's so. I don't know any actually. Sorry, I tried.
Your mama's so fat, the sun revolves around her.
That was good. Come on, Zero. Where's one?
Where's what? You want jokes?
Yeah.
Which kind of jokes?
Like your mama jokes and mean jokes.
Oh, geez, you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I've got like racial jokes.
Yeah, we don't want those. We don't want those.
Yeah, those are my jokes. I don't really have your mama jokes.
Neither does ChatGPT. ChatGPT said nope. It said request is not allowed. Please try again later.
Hey,
what if I'm
smells
writing?
Like pigs?
What?
Do you hear what I said? What's green and smells like pigs?
I don't think I want to know this.
It's actually funny, so it's a real joke. Kermit's finger. See?
Yeah, that's gross, but funny. Okay, so I guess that's it.
I guess. Unless you got some Delphi questions or something. That's what I thought I was here for.
You nobody was, you just came on. Nobody was. We're supposed to be asking Greeno questions, not you questions. Oh
Yeah,
yes,
but I'm special.
your
And
mom
I'm
is so
very
fat.
egotistical.
Your mom is so fat that when she went to the beach, a whale swam up and sang, "We are family, even though you're fatter than me." That's what I'm singing. You're welcome, guys. Okay. I guess. Well, I don't know how people can call in. Like, I think like I only know how they can press the link to get in, and
Okay.
so I was just answering this question because they were asking why he can't call in.
Oh.
Oh, he's gonna answer it right here. Not tonight. I'm all out in the sticks filming, just listening on the road. Ring me Delphi questions and things you want me to film. Yeah, so like any questions that you want him to answer, just put them in here and then he'll get them from the stream and he'll answer them and then he'll be on here tomorrow night. Because like that's or tomorrow, like I don't know what time zone you're in, but I guess it's evening for most people that are on the Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I'm all talked out. So, thank you guys for coming. Goodbye.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
thanks for coming in here, Zero.
Sorry I was
And-
late. I'm at work, so I got shit like that to do. I'm sorry for not being there earlier.
No, you're fine. You're great. Like you.
I was asking, what's you start the same time tomorrow or what?
I think I have it scheduled for like a little bit earlier tomorrow, but I think we can move it because we scheduled it for that time because of Sterling, but then Sterling got called to work tomorrow, so that's why he came on tonight, and we were like unprepared.
So it's gonna be just Greeno tomorrow, or is Sterling gonna be back as well?
No, it's gonna be Greeno and me, and like I don't know, maybe somebody else. Like maybe I'll ask like Teddy or somebody. I don't know who.
Cool.
If anybody, oh, maybe Farmer will come on. He's a good one.
There you go.
Cryptex. I could ask a lot of people. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Good.
It's gonna be a good time though. I know that.
Cool.
Your mom is so fat. I have to take a bus, a train, and a cab just to get on her good side. Oh shit. Yeah, that's a good one. Burn. But like also, I feel like that's true with my mom. Yep. Okay. Okay, this one is in the way you read it. Okay, so why was the letter E the only letter that got presents from Santa?
I don't know.
Where's the answer? I don't know.
This
That's
has
all.
the potential to be a good one.
Wait, why was letter E the only letter that got presents from Santa? It's all in the way you read it, but maybe the answer is coming.
We'll have to
Nope.
wait.
I think that was it. Okay. I maybe don't get it. Hold on. I think there's one more drink. Hi, Veronica. You're late. No, I'm just kidding. You're just on time for us to end. Oh, Blake Balake. Hello.
Blake is here.
Yeah.
What's up, Blake?
I'll keep going if anybody else comes on, but I should probably get off and like go get my daughter from the neighbors. Your mom is so stupid. She got hit by a parked car. Hell yeah. Dude, one time a bike hit my car, like right. I guess I was pulled out too far, so technically it was my fault. But the dude hit the side of my car and like his bike broke into like 5 pieces. Like the mirror on my car broke off. The dude did a flip over my car and landed on his feet on the other side. It was so wild. I was like, what just happened? Like, he was like
I
a
presume
freaking
you
superhero.
watched this happen.
Well, like, I didn't watch it. Like, I got hit. He hit on my side, and then he
Okay.
like flipped over the top, and like I just looked back and saw him like land on his feet like a freaking boss, and I was like, "What? Did he just land on his feet?" And he was like all in shock and stuff, you know, because he just went flying, and
Sure.
like he actually hit my car pretty hard. But
Did he realize
yeah,
his bike was in 5 pieces and just keep walking off because his bike was totally trashed?
no, he didn't walk off. Like, we were because what happened was like there was like a train or something, so there's a bunch of cars like backed up, and I was like going to turn into the bunch of cars, and he
Okay.
was like coming down this hill like really fast, and so like I just didn't see him, or he didn't see me, both I guess, and so he hit my car and just went flying over the top, did like a flip and landed on his feet, and then so there was like other people that saw it and they got out, and then the cops came and stuff. But
Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy.
yeah, it was actually like a super expensive bike too. It was like a street bike that like I don't know, they cost a lot.
A
This whole time they thought Zero was a female. Burn. Get back in the kitchen, Zero.
Who said
Just
this?
kidding. Veronica. I don't know why they think that. I was just talking shit.
Well, she must have been talking to Bossy.
Yeah.
Because Bossy said that she thought I was Julie Melvin for the longest time.
What? That's crazy. Greeno, okay, question number 8. I forgot to number them. Whatever. Greeno, how did everything sinister on the north side of Indiana all accumulate in one fell swoop? That's just a cool saying. One fell swoop. I don't even know what it means though. Oh, blockade. I never get to the end of the comments. I see how people could get behind on comments. Oh, this is the answer. Okay. So let's see if we can find the question. Why was letter E the only letter that got presents from Santa? And I lost it again. No. Because the other letters are not TE. Oh, naughty. Okay, got it. That was like way too long of suspense to get. Do you get it though, Zero? Zero. Okay. He doesn't get it, I guess.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Did you get the joke though?
Yeah, I got it. Naughty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a showstopper, but that was not the showstopper I was hoping for.
Damn it. We
waited and yeah, we waited and waited and waited, and it was like, okay, I get it.
Anticlimactic. I agree. But it was a good joke. Like it wasn't a bad joke. It just like took too long to get to it. What? Kenny Powers himself? Where's Ashley
Kenny
Schaefer?
Powers.
All we get is Kenny Powers. He's cooler anyways. Zero is the alpha and the omega. What? Who's sweet talking you right now?
Kenny Powers.
Hell yeah.
The
power
beginning
bottom.
and the end.
Power bottom.
No homo.
No homeowner.
No homeowners. Power bottom. Power top.
Is that less homeowner to be like a power top than a power bottom? I guess probably, huh?
Probably, yeah.
I think they're both. I think they're both just are.
Giving is a lot better than receiving. For sure.
I would disagree, but that's fine.
Okay. Touche.
Shut up, Savannah. I mean, yep. Okay. Zero and fish. Whoop whoop.
Whoop.
Thank you for that backup there, Zero. Could always count on you to have the backup. Do you remember that one video of where they throw the wrench at and it hits like Fiend in the face or whatever. Yeah, I don't think he liked that very much, but looking back on it now, it's kind of funny. Bossy Bottom. Oh, Kenny Powers is a pitcher, not a catcher. That's not what I heard. Haha, like I said, it's all in how you read it. The guy on TikTok didn't read it that fast. Oh, sorry. I guess I'm a fast reader. Wop, wop, wop. No soundboard in here. Okay, I'm done. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for the jokes, the laughs, the love, the questions. Zero,
Thanks for
thank you
having me
coming
on.
Yeah, anytime. And I have to end the stream and not just leave it. So, bye.
Correct. Don't forget to end it. Bye-bye.